What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Goldberg being called out for being ungrateful, Roman Reigns here to stay, WWE knew they effed up big, CM Punk is unhappy with the new WWE show, the truth behind a big WWE absence, CM Punk almost returned to WWE in 2019, AJ Styles TNA-BOUND, an update on Seth Rollins, as Kane retired, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, our first story looks at Goldberg being called out for being ungrateful. Now, our top story today takes a look at the fallout from Goldberg's interview with Ariel Helwani, and a certain WWE name has not held back when it comes to his opinions of Goldberg. Goldberg was rather negative when it came to his thoughts on the way WWE presented his retirement, and Peter Rosenberg, who works for WWE on the pre-show panels, has decided to take to social media to call him out for being ungrateful. Have you guys ever noticed that the most overbooked and the most over-celebrated are always the ones who complain? Goldberg got a 15-minute match, and it should have been a squash. The man is pushing 60 years old, hasn't been good in the ring, some would say ever, but certainly not in the last few years. He got to have a 15-minute match, a battle with the world champion, and gets a few words on live television, and then complains about his mic getting cut off. Goldberg's comments have obviously rubbed a lot of people within WWE the wrong way, and as things stand, Rosenberg's rant is still live on X, so if WWE had an issue with the contents of what Rosenberg was saying, then they would have asked him to delete it with immediate effect. It's crazy how quickly the relationship between WWE and Goldberg has broken down. Whilst it was expected that Goldberg may take issue with being cut off the way he was on Saturday, it certainly wasn't expected that names on the WWE payroll would be actively calling him out. Some people like Jim Ross believe that Goldberg isn't really retired, and that this could be some sort of segue to get into AEW. Next up, WWE knew they effed up big. WWE really went out of their way to spotlight Travis Scott of all people in WWE. Not only did WWE give him a championship, which he never defended, he also has ties to one of the biggest angles that they've done in 2025, that being involved in the John Cena heel turn. It also led to one of the most disappointing and flat moments in WrestleMania history. Scott interfered in the main event to help John Cena defeat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. However, since that moment, Travis has literally disappeared from WWE television, even though there were rumors that he was going to wrestle a match and that he'd been training with Booker T to prepare for it. Whilst we mentioned yesterday the reports from WrestleVotes that he wasn't a quick learner for the business, and that's why WWE dropped him, it seems that Triple H also had some buyer's remorse regarding him being so involved in John Cena's heel turn. People have pointed out that during the Evolution post-show press conference, that Triple H was secretly shooting on Travis Scott. Triple H made comments about Jelly Roll being committed to the role and how he's made such an effort by moving over to Florida to train in the WWE PC. But then Triple H mentioned on the post-show press conference, they think they want to do it, they think they're going to be dedicated, and then they're not. And then at other times you end up with Bad Bunny, or you end up with Jelly, or somebody that's super dedicated to it and wants to go all in. Notice he didn't mention Travis Scott's name, and this seemed to be a big indicator that Travis Scott had failed WWE. And to an even more extent, Triple H regretting that he gave Travis such a big role in the company. Whilst people like Bad Bunny really put a lot of effort to learn the craft, some celebrities have just been a big mistake in WWE. Next up, Roman Reigns here to stay. Now it's official, Roman Reigns will be working 3 out of 3 shows on the road to SummerSlam next month. Reigns is now advertised for the next 2 editions of Raw, and with Reigns already having appeared on Raw this week, that means that Reigns will basically be in full time for the SummerSlam build. Yeah, we get it, it's not a lot, but at least it's something. It's unclear if Reigns will once again be taking a leave of absence following SummerSlam. However, it was reported that he's set to film a movie, so it's likely that Reigns could leave for a brief period before returning in time for Survivor Series War Games in late November. Next up, CM Punk unhappy with the new WWE show. The WWE Unreal show is one of the most controversial shows WWE have ever delivered. The show will literally expose the inner workings of WWE, completely shattering kayfabe in the process. The fan response to the concept hasn't been positive at all, and CM Punk has now chimed in on the topic. According to Punk during an episode of Unsportsmanlike, it's really strange for him to see WWE producing the show, as he's been taught to protect the business. I'm probably the wrong guy to put this show to try and talk it up. It's not that I'm so much against it, it's my entire existence in my professional wrestling. You're taught and you're brought up and you're old school. You protect the business. It's just really strange for me at least, because I've always been taught you protect the business. You don't let the insiders in. Now, according to Punk, the show is going to show the wrestlers backstage in their own environment. What this show is going to do is just show us backstage in our environment, interacting with each other, and that's really for the fans. You'll see it all the time with football shows like Hard Knocks. That's sort of what we're doing. WWE's insistence on breaking kayfabe has been a key focus since the TKO takeover, and it looks like not everyone in WWE, especially tenured talent, are happy with the move. Next up, CM Punk reveals a WWE secret. CM Punk's recent appearance on My Mom's Basement podcast was interesting to say the very least. One of the topics Punk discussed was his WWE return, and in a crazy revelation, Punk revealed that he almost returned in 2019, but Vince McMahon decided to ghost him. I had a hilarious clandestine meeting in the Borgata in Atlantic City with Vince McMahon and Triple H. I don't even know now. What is it? It's 2025. This has to be 2018 or 19, and it's just because Vince started calling. I had agents, they were telling me, hey, they want to talk to you, and I was like, whatever, I'm not interested. And then Vince just started calling me. He was like, hey, I'm eliminating the middleman, and I was just like, this is insane. And it just so happened that, okay, oh well, I'm gonna be here. Alright, we can get there. Okay, alright, we had a meeting and we had a handshake agreement, and then he ghosted me. So that's why it didn't happen. Now, it's probably in Punk's best interest that McMahon ghosted him, as Punk returning in 2019's era WWE wouldn't have been good for his well-being. McMahon was infamously losing it as a creative mastermind, and numerous wrestlers admitted that WWE really wasn't the best place to work at the time. Punk would then add that it was around this time period that he and Triple H began to fix their previously broken working relationship. This certainly explains why Punk and the Game were able to work out a deal so quickly in 2023. Next up, the truth behind a big WWE absence. Pat McAfee has been taking a leave of absence from WWE, and now on the latest edition of his show, McAfee has opened up as to why he's taking a break from WWE. I got real tired, man. I bet I hit a wall. I hit one. I talked to the others that have maybe experienced like mental exhaustion before, and like as Money in the Bank was happening, I was like, oh my god, yeah, this is it. I finally hit it. And I never thought it was gonna happen. I was trying my best, and I know wrestling fans don't think this, but like, I was trying to put everybody over, like maximum effort, fully every time. I think that with the travel, with me not getting back to like 2-3 AM on Monday takes a toll, and then it's the beginning of our work week. McAfee would go on to offer specific praise to Corey Graves and Wade Barrett for their roles in WWE. It's currently unclear if McAfee plans on returning to WWE anytime soon, but it's fantastic that WWE have allowed him to take time off, especially if he's feeling burnt out. Next up, AJ Styles TNA-BOUND. There have been prominent rumors that AJ Styles could be TNA-bound, and AJ could be making a guest appearance at Slammiversary this coming weekend. In a positive update, PW Insider Elite is now reporting that AJ appearing on the show is likely. Since TNA President Carlos Silva teased that this weekend Slammiversary is going to be phenomenal, the usage of the word had fans buzzing that perhaps AJ Styles, TNA's first homegrown star now with WWE, will finally return to TNA. It's also interesting to note that when I interviewed WWE NXT's Trick Williams this week, the current TNA champion, he brought up Styles as a person he wants to face for the title from the WWE main roster. The PW Insider report would add that fans should order the pay-per-view, which heavily implies that a deal has been signed and AJ is now set for the show. In asking around among WWE sources, we can confirm there has absolutely been talk that Styles will be making an appearance this weekend. TNA sources will not confirm that, but obviously that word was used for a reason by Carlos Silva, and the timing is perfect, especially if TNA wanted last-minute ticket sales for the UBS Arena. So if you're hoping to see the prodigal son finally return home, I believe you'll be happy if you order or attend Slammiversary, my opinion. This is a huge addition to the pay-per-view card for TNA, and it will mark AJ's first TNA appearance in over a decade. Next up, scrap SummerSlam plans have been revealed. Now, as we covered yesterday, WWE realized that Travis Scott wasn't a fast learner when it came to the pro wrestling business, and now it surfaced that Scott was initially set for a major match at SummerSlam. According to Brian Alvarez on the Wrestling Observer Radio, the match could have been Scott and Drew McIntyre versus Bad Bunny and Randy Orton. Travis Scott was supposed to be in a match at SummerSlam. I believe it was a tag match involving Travis Scott and Bad Bunny, so it may have been like Travis Scott and Drew against Bad Bunny and Randy. It was going to be something, and something happened with Travis Scott and he's off the show, so Jelly Roll appears to have taken his spot, and I guess they've decided that a good counterpart for Jelly Roll would be Logan Paul. So anyway, that's what happened. Now, it was also rumored that Scott was set to wrestle at Money in the Bank, but obviously that also never transpired. Next up, WWE film A Major Angle. Jelly Roll hosting the Jimmy Kimmel Show was set into chaos when Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul gatecrashed proceedings. A brawl broke out and it culminated in Roll chokeslamming Paul through the desk. The chokeslam was impressive, and hopefully this was a sign of things to come for SummerSlam. Next up, an update on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has finally been able to provide fans with an update on his knee injury. Mr. Money in the Bank would appear on the Rich Eisen show, and according to Rollins, he will be unable to receive an MRI due to his knee being too swollen. I do have a leg brace on, over in the corner on my crutches. This past Saturday I was in a match on Saturday night's main event and I was doing a move that I do all the time, a moonsault, a backflip, and in this particular instance I was landing not on my belly, but I was landing on my feet. While I landed I felt my knee kind of pop and buckle. We got out of the match and moved forward. Monday I was in Birmingham, Alabama, where our specialists are at. We tried to take a look at the knee, do some imaging, it was a little too swollen. So we're going to take another look, hopefully in a week or two in LA, trying to get some sort of firm diagnosis, then we can go from there. Rollins would add that whilst he doesn't know the specifics of his injury, he's expected to be out for an extended period of time. We're wishing him a fast recovery. And finally, has Kane retired? Now, our final story today takes a look at the in-ring status of Kane, as he has been asked directly if he has plans on having one final match. According to the former WWE champion during an interview with Busted Open Radio, he doesn't know about having another match, especially because he's been left behind with the athleticism of the talent on the main roster. I don't know about that, man. Oh man, brother, we're just talking about athleticism and movement and keeping up with the pace of people nowadays. That may have left me behind, guys. Kane last wrestled in the 2021 Royal Rumble, and for now, Kane seems firmly set on his political career. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.